Hey, good afternoon. Today is Monday, August 29th. I came out today to paint, and I got the whole outside painted the dark gray to match the house. So here it is. Still has the blue painter's tape on there because I'm going to do one more coat of paint. But it looks good. I think it looks really good. I still had to get up and paint in between all the crevices and cut in all the area up around the roof and everything. But all in all, got the primer on, got the first coat on. I'll do another coat, and then I'll do the window trim. So the window trim, I'm going to paint all of it white. And I'm paint it on the ground, cut it to size, then put it up, and then just touch it up at a later date. So that's that. And then the other thing that we did today was I picked up some bricks for the fireplace. So my neighbor down the end of the road, he's got way too many rocks that he used on his house. And so he's going to sell me a pallet. Well, it's not a pallet, it's like a big box for $60 a box is what he paid for it. And it actually is nice. And I think it'd be better than the 10. So this is it. This is what it looks like. It's thin. This is the front of it. And then that's the back of it. It's rough. But there's different colors. So that one has a little bit of red to it. There's some that's dark gray. Some that are lighter gray. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to take this and go over to a rock place where they sell stone for outside landscaping and stuff, and see if I can find a hearthstone type rock that's like 2 inches thick that I can put on the floor for the stove to sit on, and then match it to this color. And then tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so if it's going to rain and I can get down here, I may use Camper's little tub there and mix the cement and put it on the floor inside there, mix it up, and then go ahead and get the fireplace done. I think that would be really great to have that all completed. And then the only thing I would have left is to close in the underbelly and then close it in, you know, put the insulation and button it up underneath, and then close it in, and then window trim outside, window trim inside, paint it, put the hardwoods in, and I'm done. So it's not impossible. I mean, if I had like 2 weeks just to work straight, I mean, I could probably have it done in a week, to be honest with you. This is the quickest I work. So anyway, we'll see what happens this week. It's hard with school and everything going on, a lot of back and forth, but it's getting done, and I think it looks nice. I think it, well, minus the blue tape, I think it looks like it matches the house pretty darn well. So it's a nice addition. And then I still got to paint the steps and the front steps and all that, so I still got to do that, but that's not a big deal. I think it looks nice, so I'd be glad to have it done. All right, good morning. So today's Tuesday, the 30th of August, and I got all the painting done on the outside last night, yesterday. I want to do one more coat, but it did rain, so I want to let it kind of dry out today. You can see here all that water. Let me see. Yeah, it rained all that. So anywho, so I'll let all that dry out today, but I am going to go ahead and start trimming out the windows inside. And so the one thing I'm going to do is change out the saw blades. So this is a ultra finish blade, so I want the cuts to be very, very precise and very no jagged edges or anything. So I'm changing out the blade on the table saw and the miter saw to one of these. I also stopped by and picked up the stone that I want to do for the hearth, and these are two different colors, but I'm leaning towards this one, which has some more brown little overtones and stuff to it. This one's more gray, but I think this is the one I want to go, because this is the rock that we're going to use for the back wall. I decided to go against that. It's easier to put that up, but I think in the long run I'd rather have the rock there around the fireplace. It just gives it a little bit more cozy feel to it, and I think it probably insulates against the heat a little bit better too. So this will definitely get me my 2 inches. And the way it sits with the floor coming in, I won't even have to do any type of, you know, quarter round or anything around it to cut it, to seal it up or anything. You won't see that concrete board underneath. So I think that's going to work out really well. So we'll do that. And then I was going to show, for anyone who might be interested in this, it's really pretty simple, but I'm changing the saw blade on the Ryobi table saw. I couldn't figure out how to get the blade out. And so what you do is, I'll show you. So so here I was, and I'm like, I can't get to the blade. So I went and I took some plastic off in the bottom, trying to get to it in there. But what you do is you just pull this forward, slide it out, and there you are. Blade's right there. And then the teeth are going to go towards you if you're standing over on the side where you'll be feeding the wood in. So the teeth go that direction. Can you see that? Yeah. And here's Camper in his little tubby. He's washing his feet. Camper, 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 what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You got a new game? Yeah, you can't go in the house now. So it's later on Tuesday, August 30th, and I've been at this all day, and I think it's come out good. So I framed out this door. This door, I'm not crazy about like this, but there's gap there, and if you use this piece over there, it doesn't fill the gap, so I had to go with the wider piece. So that's the same on both sides here. And then when I do the crown molding, I'll have to put in another piece up there to fill in that crack. But here's the windows. Got those all done. Now they will be caulked and painted. So the caulk will actually come in and fill in all these little cracks. So I'll do all that and then paint over it, so it'll look good. Got this side done. So overall it looks good. I didn't do the window stool because I just didn't really feel like it was necessary. And then if we end up doing some type of blinds of some sort, that'll just be sticking out. So yeah, so I didn't do it. So it was easier just to do it like this too. But Yeah, I think it looks good. It looks good. So I have to caulk all of it, and then it's already primed, and then I can paint it, and then I want to go ahead and paint everything in here. And then once it's painted, I want to go ahead and get the fireplace knocked out. And then once the fireplace is knocked out, hardwood floors go in, and then this bad boy is pretty much done. So yeah, very exciting, very exciting. So once I paint too, I'll go ahead and put in the lighting fixtures and the ceiling fan and all that. I didn't want to have to put them in and pull them back out. So that's that. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the week. Don't know when I'll get back down here. Hopefully tomorrow. If I can get down here tomorrow, I'll probably just paint, get this done. I still need to do another coat on the outside and then trim out the windows on the outside. All this wood that's left over right here is going to go on the outside, except for the crown molding. That's going to go in here. I don't have the correct saw to do the crown molding, so I need to see about finding someone that can loan me theirs. And yeah, so I might have a little bit extra wood here. It seems like there's some of this that I don't need, but all these little thin pieces over here is what's going to trim out the windows. So, and then maybe a couple big ones used in between the windows like I did in here. So overall, it was good. Working inside today where it was cool, so that was good. And, but I'm tired. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to sign off for now, and then I'll see what I can do for the rest of the week, okay? All right, so I just finished caulking all the area around the windows as best as I could. The paint will cover up the rest. So the next step, I'm going to do the primer on all of this. And the key thing when you're redoing a room or a house is you paint before you put the floors in. So then that way you don't have to worry about drips or anything like that. So I'll do the primer, and then I'm going to do the coat of regular paint after that. And then I'll come in with like a satin paint to do the windows and paint all that. This is just the primer board that was already like this when I bought it. It's a little bit extra, but it saves all the time having to prime the wood. So, so that will get painted, so it'll look good. So hopefully by the end of the day, we'll see how it goes. My camper. What you got, camper? Is it a ball in there? Got a lot done today. I got everything painted. I need to do another coat on the ceiling, but the walls are done. I was using this decorator's white. And what it's supposed to do is it's like a white base paint with a little bit of a gray tinge to it. But we have it at our house at home, and it actually kind of changes colors with the time of the day. But in here, it's looked blue all afternoon, and I don't like it. So I'll see what it looks like tomorrow, but there's a good chance that I'm going to paint over this with something else because it's not the color that I wanted. Other thing I'm working on right now is I just laid these with a layer of thin set. So I was halfway through it, and I was like, oh, I should grab the camera so I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to finish that tonight. And then I have the wire to put back here. I want to get that on, and then I would love tomorrow to put the bricks up. That's what I would like to do. But the paint's got me kind of baffled a little bit because I want to get this painted so that way as soon as this is done, I can put in the hardwoods. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm working on. It's about 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm going to spend the night out here tonight. So that way tomorrow I can get up and just work like crazy, because then it's the holiday weekend. So we're going to go do something on Friday. So I won't be out here on Friday working. So that's what I'm doing. So all right, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay. Good morning. Today's Thursday, I think September 1st. What I'm doing today is I'm putting in this back piece of stone. So last night I did this, and it's all good now. And so I have to put this metal up for the stone to adhere to, and then over here I have all the rock that my neighbor Jeff gave me. And so there's all these little pieces here. So I got 4 boxes of these. There's more if I need it. But this will be what I'm going to be installing today. And then I have 2 bags of masonry cement to mix with some sand to adhere to the wall. And that will be my project. So let's see how well it goes. I've never done this before, so hopefully it won't be too hard. All right. Just a little pro tip: wear gloves when cutting this stuff. All right, it is done. So here's the finished product. I don't know where you can see it. First time laying this type of brick, and I think it came out okay. So there will be grout that'll go through and fill in all the cracks. Some of them are obviously bigger than others, but it'll all be grouted in. So yeah, so the next thing to do is put in the finished piece for the chimney, bring the pipe in from the top, close in the ceiling, put some insulation obviously, and then get the fireplace in here. So yeah, and then on here I'll take a piece of trim and trim this out so that you don't see these raw edges. I decided I'm going to go ahead and repaint in here, so I'm going to use what they're using inside the house and repaint the room with that, and then I think that'll be good. So the next week when I come out, I can go ahead and start the hardwood floors, and then this will be pretty much done. I still got to do my crown molding. I don't have the proper saw to do the crown molding, so I got to get a bigger miter saw for that, and then put that in, and then that's it. Yeah, and I still got to paint the window trim, but that won't take long. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for this week. I'm gonna do a quick paint job in here the next hour or so, and then put everything away and go home for the weekend. So you guys have a good Labor Day, and I'll see you next time.